Hello, and welcome back to Atrocity's Place, Stoneblock. Yay! Well, I let the system run continuously over last night, and it backed up on me. It ran out of essence. I was doing the Enderman heads, not Enderman heads, but Wither heads, and the system backed up into the buffer chests here, and I'm in the process now of purging the buffer chests. What backed up was the smeltery, and the reason smeltery backed up is it filled full of fluid. And when it filled up with fluid, I was using the pressurized pipes from Ender IO, and unfortunately they didn't work the way I wanted because I couldn't filter them. And so I ended up having I did record this, but unfortunately I had my microphone off like a Nimrod. But I went ahead and switched those out to these, and these here servos and things like that, and these have filters in them, and filter iron, gold, bronze. So they should work now. They seem to have pumped everything out, and what I'll do here is I'll condense these because each line would fill up independently with the pressurized tubes and things like that. So I ended up with several buckets with a little bit of stuff in them, but I'll get it all organized out. I went ahead and extended my power generation here because I was going into the deep dark, and for some reason the mechanism generator, the digital miner, wasn't getting enough juice unless I brought a battery with me. I also made several of these batteries because I wanted a constant actual way to determine if power was coming in and not. And I'm curious now. Yeah, okay, so this is output, that's blue's input. Anyways, I've got 11,000 buckets of lava. It says 11 million, but it's actually 11,000. And I can go ahead and take this because I'm not needing it anymore, and I'll go ahead and break this one down because I won't need it anymore. I went ahead and set up the sieves to start sieving through material so that I get enough yellowite blocks to run these, and then I went ahead and set this up, and as you can see, as they get full, they pump the lava out and then into the buckets, and this one here was completely empty last night, and it's already full. So we are definitely getting enough lava from this, more than enough. And then also the reason why I had the wither skulls going is because I went ahead and set up a dark utilities mob spawner, and this is dark utility dust. I have the mob grinder from Draconic Evolution. I lucked out on one of the rewards. I got 6 draconic parts, and I was able to build that with one of those. So, and also a wither builder here. So I was pretty fortunate. Otherwise, I'd have to use that mob grinder thing that we built a couple of episodes back, which I've never used. Mob utilities grinder. And I think I got to build a mob farm to actually use that, just because I did make it. Anyways, I have a absorption hopper grabbing the essence and putting all the goodies and stuff, whatnot, in here. Anyways, that's up and running because I built these machines, and they required a bunch of nether stars. And now there's only one mod series out there about this, and it's an okay mod series, but the guy does a pretty good job of explaining the thing. But basically, you need 9 of these to make one of these. You need 9 of these to make an ingot, and it's one of those mods you just meh. They made it up to be overcomplicated, and the super crafting grid table thing here, and it's a real pain in the arse, and it takes a long time to get through this mod, and I really just, it's just one of those mods I threw in just to drive people nuts. So F that mod. And I worked on it for a while, then I realized that it was just one of those, yeah, FU mods, so I'm playing with it no more. I also went ahead and punched a hole all the way up to the surface, and sure enough, the surface is a lake of lava. And the reason why I know that is because when I go to the deep dark, and I ran the mechanism thing, and it kept running out of juice, and I had to come back, I used the portal to come back, and I ended up on the overworld, and I was in a lake of lava, which gave me an idea. Yeah, but I haven't implemented it yet because I'm really not sure how to implement that. Let's go ahead and get into the deep dark. Here's the deep dark, and I do have a fall point here which goes all the way down to where I was working. Now I had a little mechanism miner going on here, and I just couldn't keep enough power into it, so that's why I went ahead and built some more dominoes, whatever you want to call them, dynamos, and started pumping out more power. But even though I was dumping power into the flux network, I wasn't getting anything out of it. It was like there's no power generation between these realms, between the overworld and this world. It just would go right to zero. If I didn't bring a battery with me, it wasn't running. And I let it run for about an hour, swapping back batteries and stuff and whatnot, and I got quite a lot of resources out of it. Not a lot. I figured I actually got more going around mining by hand than I did by running the resource miner at full power, running batteries through it. So, but when I go through the portal here, you end up in a unique area. Let me show you here. I have a lava charm on, so I didn't take any damage, but yeah, I well could have. Lava world. Now I need to come up here anyways because this is where I have to set up the solar farm. And yeah, we're at Y264, so we are above the 255 limit by a considerable amount. So I can't actually build anything up here anyways, because the only way to be able to do it, it would be to build a, let's see how far down the line. Yeah. You can't even penetrate below it. So you're actually above the world up here. That's not good. No, that's not good at all. No. But yeah, this is above the world, actually in the void. This is considered void. And if you punch through the ground all the way to what you would think would be red bedrock, there's no bedrock. You just fall all the way to your death. Anyways, there's Stefan's base. Oh, let's start over here. There's Claudius's base, Steph's base, Holger's base, and Lady's base. Those are the bases I have actually visited. Well, I haven't visited. Well, I've been to Holger's through the Nether portal way back at one of the earlier episodes, but that's pretty much it. Yeah. Ooh, I'm gonna do a bonsai tree thing too. Yeah, get the reward for it. And I'm not sure what that one there is. What is that? Ooh, what is that? Is that the top of my... That is my own. That's a death marker. Yeah, you can see this is actually above the top of the world. So, yeah. Only way to get home is... I would consider that to be a bug. Because if you did not have a waypoint to get home, or a way to get home, you know, obviously you would die up there. You'd be dead. But, yeah, still... That is not cool, because then when you go to the deep dark, you have no way of getting back. And I've noticed that the same thing happens when I go through the Ender portal. And here's the Ender portal. And now we're in the end. I did defeat the dragon once. It wasn't that hard. She spawned in. I had to respawn her, and when she respawned, I offed her. And it looks like somebody went ahead and did the same thing recently, because I did fix all of these. Were all reset, and I didn't need to destroy those to kill the Ender Dragon because I have OP weapons. But yeah, wow! I just picked up a bunch of free XP. Score! Wow! Somebody's really went to town around here. Must have had a hard time getting the egg. But yeah. So this is the end. I'm gonna grab this stuff over here because it's free. Why not? You know, I'll dump it in my storage bin. You can see there are a lot of little things around there, and I've already been to a couple of the end cities. Been to one, been to all of them. But this is the problem. Yep. See, I lost all the experience. Yeah, see, that's you saw how much I had. I had 27 or so, and it took me way down in health. But yeah, that's the problem with coming back from the end. So good luck coming back from the end unless you do at home. And I would say that is definitely two big bugs with the mod pack that I've discovered. And it's very annoying, but that's, you know, it is what it is. That's why I save my essence and all that other stuff and experience in the drums and things like that, so that I have it in the event something so crappy goes along. But yeah, I went ahead and I think I mentioned this in a previous episode. Went ahead and set up some Ender IO machines. I'm getting ready to go ahead and go into full-on Ender, and all of this here is probably going to get changed out now because now I have room to grow and start really considering how I want to do stuff. And what I'm finding is I'm actually pretty much getting close to end game, apart from setting up an AE storage and a refined storage system. And there's not a lot to do in this mod pack. I don't know why it's so popular right now. I can tell you that the Continuum pack is a lot more complicated and a lot more, I think, fleshed out than this one by far. This mod pack is just, you know, I would say a very light beginner's foray into the questing side of doing Minecraft. Apart from that, it's just, it's unique that you start inside of a world of stone, but you completely negate the whole need to be here in Civing because you have a mining age. I mean, the only thing in the mining age I don't get is osmium and yellerite. And so I set up an autosave to get that. Oh yeah, and some of the Ender IO stuff, the Infinity Stones, because you can't light bedrock on fire. There is no bedrock in the overworld, and the bedrock in the mining age doesn't provide them. So, yeah. So I'll eat some of my super bacon here. This is some really good food. You get this epic bacon. It's great. It's big. You can also make it in Pam's Harvest Craft. See if I can get the. Yeah, you saw it there. So. Yeah. Anyways, when I did get a reward, or it was one of those mega chance cubes, and you set it down on the ground, and it opens a 3x3 little thing there, and you get an achievement for it. And of course, if you break them, you get nothing because they've been disabled. And that sucked because I had a crap ton that I wanted to open, and they got disabled because of something to do with the mining age. So yeah, easy come, easy go. Just the rules of the game. But I have expanded out the drawers because I've gotten a lot more items. I think I'm pretty much at the max now for the sides here. But as you can see, I've had to add a lot more stuff to the drawers. And this is everything you pretty much... Ow. Bad cactus. So, oh yeah, and there's also, environmental tech. But to get into environmental tech, you might as well just bend over backwards and have fun, because yeah, it is down the rabbit hole for environmental tech, and something I'm not gonna. I mean, I could get into it really, but at this point, why build a solar array? Where are you gonna put it? You put it in the mining age, and the mining age gets reset, and you're hosed, and I don't think you can put it up in here, because it says extreme hills, but it doesn't. It says daylight. I don't know if you get daylight light in here because it has to be exposed to the sun. Yeah. Ooh, there's a bat. Hello. With his hat on. I was gonna try and tag him so he wouldn't disappear and call him Merwin, but haven't got around to it yet. And you can set up the ore miner and stuff like that because you can power it from other power sources, but why? At this point, why? There's just not a lot going on with this mod pack. I mean, I'm actually at this point very bored with it. We have a bunch of people playing it, but they're all pretty much beginners. Steph Labs there. Steph Ab there is the most advanced player currently playing, and yeah, I don't even think that he's really doing much other than just flying around doing experimental stuff. But high-end mod stuff, teaching himself the end mod stuff. But yeah, I have Ender IO, AE, Refined Storage, Environmental Tech, Draconic Evolution. Those are it. And I'm really not, enthralled with doing any of that. So I guess the only other thing I could do is rearrange the area here and play around with the area and stuff and whatnot, and make it more livable. But for me, this is fine. I mean, I love this. I don't even have a bed. If I get tired, I just crawl up here and go to sleep. No. But yeah, it's a fun pack, I guess, for couple of days worth of play, but again, the mining age completely negates the whole point for this. And of course, with the bugs, you die and lose all your stuff and all your experience. And yeah, that's really if I didn't have the lava charm on, I would have died. And yeah. And the Nether is not particularly challenging. It's just a pain in the ass to move around till you get the wings. And yeah, the hard part. And the only way that I got the bats, and you can get the bats in the mining age. I saw bats in the mining age, so I think you can get bats down in the mining age itself. No, it was the deep dark. I saw bats in the deep dark. So you can get bats in the deep dark, and of course, I don't know if you get squids in there or not. That's a good question. But the deep dark might be where you have to go to get the bat and everything else, because without random cubes, you ain't gonna get them. And that's how I got the bats, was with the random cubes. It's also how I got the other one. Shoot, I can't think of the name of it. It was, the squid. Got the squids with the random cubes as well. So yeah. But anyways, that's pretty much the state of the current evolution that we are experiencing in gameplay here. And I don't, like I said, I really don't know what I'm going to do from this point forward. I could build a kitchen, you know, probably put the kitchen over in here because I have the nice wood floor right here. And yeah, I guess I could go ahead and try to find something else to build out and finish up all the ores and start in on Ender.io and get all that stuff going up and going and stuff like that, and you know, that kind of thing. But yeah, pretty much it. Do some stuff with mechanism, which means I will have to do some sieving to get a lot more osmium. Not a lot more osmium, just a little bit more osmium to get the crushers up and running and things like that, so that I can get some more silicone. Because you can silicone sand and get or excuse me, yeah, you crush sand to get silicone, or you can cook something to get silicone. But anyways, I think I'll go ahead and run this a little bit more to just go ahead and refill my my tank down here. If this is completely empty and I need it to be full, I'm going to go ahead and pull him out of there. Come on, give me that. Put him away. And check and see what our system's going on here. And yeah, we're backed up. Oh boy, are we backed up. Alright, I gotta go unplug the system, and I'm gonna go ahead and get some soul sand and run the mob grinder for a while, and get myself a bunch of nether stars. Anyways, thanks for watching, and catch you in the next episode.